In the heart of autumn, as the vibrant hues of orange and gold cascaded across the vast tapestry of the American landscape, a small town nestled amidst the towering peaks of the Rockies began its seasonal transformation. The crisp air whispered secrets through the leaves, and a sense of quiet anticipation permeated the town like an electric current, humming with unspoken stories and memories. A 10-year-old boy stood at the precipice of his new life, shoulders hunched against the biting wind that blew down from the snow-capped mountains. Jack Morrison, as he would come to be known, had been summoned to this picturesque town by a father he barely remembered, a man who had left him behind in search of something greater. As Jack stepped off the train, the town seemed like an idyllic haven, a place where time moved slower and people held onto their secrets like precious treasures. He was greeted by a motley assortment of inhabitants, each one etching their unique mark on the intricate tapestry that was this town. Among them was Rob, a boy Jack's age with eyes that danced with mischief and laughter. They struck up an immediate friendship, bound together by their shared sense of displacement and curiosity. Their bond was unbreakable as they explored the hidden corners of the town, delving into the lives of its inhabitants and piecing together a puzzle that was far larger than either of them could have imagined. One day, on a whim, Jack followed Rob to a secluded grove on the outskirts of town. There, amidst the dappled sunlight and rustling leaves, stood a girl like no other. Her name would become synonymous with mystery and heartache, Lily Thompson. She was a creature of fire and ice, her laughter as infectious as the chill that seemed to cling to her very being. As the seasons turned and winter blanketed the town in a shroud of white, Jack found himself drawn to Lily like a moth to a flame. He longed to know her secrets, to unravel the tangled web that seemed to surround her. Yet beneath her vibrant exterior lurked a fragility that made Jack's heart ache with empathy. The town was not without its demons, and as Jack peeled back the layers of deception that shrouded it, he began to see that even the kindest faces could hide the darkest hearts. The mayor, Mr. Thompson, appeared to be a man of honor and integrity, but his true nature would soon be revealed in ways neither he nor Jack could have anticipated. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, the bond between Jack and Lily grew stronger. They shared laughter and secrets, dreams and fears, a connection that transcended age, circumstance, and even time itself. It was as though they had been brought together by some cosmic force, bound to each other in a dance that would ultimately end in tragedy. Yet the seeds of redemption lay buried beneath the frost-kissed earth, waiting for the right moment to spring forth and bloom. The town's darkest secrets were about to be exposed, and Jack Morrison found himself standing at the precipice of a journey that would forever change his life and the lives of those he held dear. As the snow fell gently on the sleepy town, the stage was set for a story of love, loss, and the unyielding pursuit of justice. The clock ticked forward, the minutes slipping away like grains of sand through an hourglass, as Jack delved deeper into the mystery that was Lily Thompson, a mystery that would ultimately lead him to confront the darkness within himself and within his own town. In time, the truth would be revealed, but only after a costly struggle that would test the limits of human endurance. The shadows that lurked beneath the surface of this seemingly idyllic town were about to be brought to light, and as Jack stood at the precipice of darkness, he could not help but wonder if he was strong enough to withstand the storm that was about to break. On the cusp of winter's reign, as the town was draped in a cloak of frost, a young boy, scarcely 10, ventured forth on an adventure beyond the familiar. Rob, a lively spirit, had befriended the enigmatic girl who resided in a house nestled between the towering evergreens. The girl's mother, a working woman, had left for the day, offering an opportunity for the youngsters to explore her domain unchecked. Rob, unaware of the danger lurking nearby, stepped into the chilly abode, his breath misting in the air as he marveled at the peculiar trinkets scattered throughout the rooms. The walls bore the weight of time and secrets, whispering stories that only those on the precipice of adulthood could grasp. As Rob delved deeper into the house, a figure cloaked in shadows emerged from the gloom. The air crackled with tension as the intruder, a woman of unsettling demeanor, moved stealthily towards her target. This woman was the sister of a woman whose life had been forever changed by the friend's mother, their bond forged by a connection that transcended the boundaries of mere acquaintance. A week before Christmas, as darkness enveloped the town like a suffocating shroud, the girl lay lifeless in her own home, her spirit extinguished by the brutal hands of this vengeful woman. The town, still clinging to the warmth of the holiday season, was rocked to its core, left reeling from the cold grasp of tragedy that had descended upon them like a winter storm. As the snowflakes fell gently on the mourning town, it became clear that there would be no respite from the darkness that now loomed over them. The chilling echoes of this crime would reverberate through the years, serving as a grim reminder of the fragile nature of peace and the tenuous bond between humanity and its darker instincts. As the first snowflakes danced through the air, the idyllic town seemed to hold its breath in anticipation of the Christmas festivities. Little did they know, a dark shadow had fallen upon their peaceful haven. News of the gruesome murder of the enigmatic girl rippled through the community like a wave, leaving a trail of sorrow and fear in its wake. The chilly wind carried whispers of tragedy, casting long, haunting shadows over the once cheerful townsfolk. Their faces, usually etched with warmth and kindness, now bore the weight of grief and uncertainty. The laughter that had filled the air mere days ago was replaced by hushed conversations, heavy with apprehension. In the heart of this mourning community, a solitary figure stood at the edge of the crowd, barred from attending the funeral of the girl he had grown to know and care for. Jack Morrison, a man whose life had been an endless pursuit for justice, felt a pang of loss and isolation that threatened to consume him. His eyes mirrored the depths of the abyss that had swallowed the innocence of the town, as he watched the townsfolk struggle with the reality of their tragic fate. The once tranquil streets of the town were now a battlefield, scarred by the horrors that had unfolded. The town's leaders, the mayor, Mr. Thompson, and the Reverend Father O'Neill, stood united in their grief but divided in their resolve. While the mayor sought to maintain order and reassure the frightened populace, Father O'Neill found solace in prayer and the promise of an afterlife. As the town grappled with the aftermath of the crime, a sense of unease permeated the once inviting atmosphere. The chilling tale of a faceless predator stalking their streets cast a pall over the holiday season, leaving the townsfolk to wonder who among them harbored a dark secret. In the midst of this turmoil, Jack began his relentless pursuit for justice, determined to bring light to the darkness that had enshrouded the town. As he delved deeper into the mystery, he found himself ensnared in a tangled web of secrets and lies that threatened to tear the very fabric of the community apart. The true horror of the situation was just beginning to unfold, as Jack realized that the girl's murder was not an isolated incident, but part of a larger pattern of violence that echoed through the town like a sinister symphony. With each revelation, the tension in the town grew thicker, mirroring the heavy winter storms that battered the mountains. The once harmonious community now found itself teetering on the precipice of chaos, as they struggled to find solace amidst their pain and fear. Yet in the midst of this darkness, there was still a glimmer of hope, a spark that reminded them that even in the darkest of times, there is always a way forward. The narrative unfolded like a somber dance, as Jack navigated the treacherous waters of truth and deceit. Each step he took brought him closer to uncovering the secrets that bound the town together, setting the stage for a tale where innocence collides with the enigmatic, painting a picture of peace before the storm. The girl's murder had set in motion a chain of events that would forever scar the heart of the community, and Jack was determined to see it through to its bitter end. As the first snowflakes of winter began to dance in the air, casting their crystalline veil over the quaint town, a shadowy figure moved with purposeful determination through its sleepy streets. The chill in the air seemed to echo the icy grip that had tightened around the hearts of its inhabitants, a collective sense of dread that clung like frost to the window panes. It was on this bleak day that Detective Jack Morrison, a man with eyes that mirrored the depths of an abyss, found himself summoned to the small police station nestled among the town's Victorian houses. The weight of countless unspoken secrets seemed to bear down upon him as he stepped from his car, the icy crunch of gravel underfoot a stark reminder of the darkness that had descended upon this once idyllic community. Inside, the station was a hive of activity, a flurry of whispered conversations and hurried footsteps echoing through the dimly lit corridors. Jack's arrival set off a ripple of anticipation among the officers, their eyes following him as he made his way to the chief's office. As he took a seat opposite the chief, who seemed weary beyond his years, it became apparent that they were both acutely aware of the gravity of the situation at hand. With a heavy sigh, the chief began to speak, his voice heavy with the weight of responsibility. "Detective Morrison, we've called you in because the case we have on our hands is unlike anything this town has ever seen." He paused, allowing the words to sink in before continuing. "We believe that the murder of Lily Thompson is connected to a series of similar crimes that have occurred here over the past few years. We need someone with your experience and dedication to help us find the truth behind these heinous acts and bring the perpetrator to justice." As Jack listened intently, his mind began to race, piecing together fragments of information as if they were pieces of a puzzle scattered across a table. He knew that this case would be a challenge, a complex web of secrets, lies, and deception that would require every ounce of his skill and determination to unravel. Yet he also felt a sense of purpose, a driving need to bring light to the darkness that had enshrouded this town. And so, with a quiet resolve, Detective Jack Morrison began his investigation, delving into the shadows, seeking out the truth behind the murders that had left a community in mourning. As he uncovered more and more of the tangled web of secrets that bound the town together, it became increasingly clear that this would be no ordinary case. As the days turned to weeks, and winter's grip tightened ever more, Jack found himself confronted by an enigmatic figure who seemed to embody the very darkness he sought to banish: Sarah Mills, the sister of a woman whose life had been touched by Lily Thompson's mother. As he dug deeper into her past, Jack began to uncover a pattern of violence that echoed through the town like a sinister symphony, hinting at a connection between the seemingly disparate crimes. With each new revelation, the tension within the town grew ever more palpable, whispers and rumors swirling around every corner, casting shadows over innocent faces. As Jack continued his relentless pursuit of justice, it seemed that the dark heart of this tragedy lay hidden somewhere within the very fabric of the town itself. Yet amidst the darkness, there was a glimmer of hope, a spark that reminded Jack, and all who bore witness to the unfolding drama, that even in the face of adversity and heartache, there was always a chance to make things right. And it was with this tenuous thread of optimism that Detective Jack Morrison pressed on, undaunted by the challenges that lay ahead. For he knew that the truth, though elusive and painful, would ultimately bring solace to the town, a balm for the wounds inflicted by darkness, and a reminder that even in the coldest of winters, there is always a chance for redemption. As the winter chill deepens, Detective Jack Morrison's investigation takes a sinister turn, probing the heart of this seemingly peaceful town. The once familiar faces of its leaders, the mayor, Mr. Thompson, and Father O'Neill, now loom as enigmatic figures shrouded in secrecy. A sense of unease pervades the air as Jack uncovers a tangled web of lies that binds the town together. The mayor's resolute demeanor cracks under the weight of hidden truths, while Mr. Thompson's stoic exterior belies a storm of inner turmoil. Father O'Neill, the town's spiritual guide, struggles to maintain his flock amidst whispers of scandal and duplicity. Jack's relentless pursuit for justice leaves him questioning who he can trust and what truly lies at the heart of this deception. The town's once unassailable pillars now teeter precariously on a precipice of exposure, casting long shadows over the community they were sworn to protect. The atmosphere thickens with each revelation, as secrets once buried beneath layers of respectability and power threaten to erupt into the open. The tension that grips the town mirrors Jack's own turmoil, as he grapples with the knowledge that even those in positions of authority are not immune to the darkness that has seeped into the community's very soul. As winter gives way to spring and the snow melts away, the hidden truths that lay buried beneath the icy veneer threaten to flood the town. The once picturesque landscape now serves as a stark reminder of the secrets that bind it, casting an ominous pall over the community's future. In the midst of this turmoil, Jack presses on, driven by his unwavering pursuit for justice and redemption. The dark tapestry that has enveloped the town begins to unravel, revealing a tangled web of deceit, betrayal, and tragedy. As the truth finally emerges from the shadows, the town must confront the darkness within, seeking solace in the hope that lies at the heart of every community, the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Under the somber winter sky, a figure stands resolute, his silhouette etched against the backdrop of a small town still grappling with grief. The icy wind whispers through the empty streets, carrying with it the echoes of a once vibrant community now frozen in sorrow. This is Detective Jack Morrison, a man who has dedicated himself to the pursuit of truth and justice, a crusade that led him to uncover the chilling secret that had cast a shadow over this picturesque town. In a dramatic turn of events, Sarah Mills, the prime suspect in the murder of Lily Thompson, was apprehended. Her confession, delivered with a trembling voice and weary eyes, brought a glimmer of hope to those who had lost faith in the face of darkness. The town's mourning began to subside, as they sought solace in the truth that justice had been served. Yet, even amidst this somber resolution, a profound sense of unease lingered. For every question answered, more seemed to arise, each one a testament to the intricate web of deceit that bound the town together. The mayor, Mr. Thompson, and Father O'Neill stood accused by their own secrets, their reputations tarnished by the very truths they sought to conceal. As the snow continued to fall, the town's leaders were brought before the court, their hands shaking with guilt as they faced the consequences of their actions. The once serene landscape of Victorian houses and snow-capped mountains now bore witness to a tale of darkness and redemption, a story that would forever be etched into the hearts of those who called this place home. Detective Jack Morrison stood among them, his steely gaze reflecting the weight of the truth he had unearthed. The case that had consumed him for months was finally resolved, but the lessons learned would stay with him forever. As Sarah Mills was sentenced to life in prison, Jack found solace in the knowledge that justice had been served, not just for Lily and her family, but for all those who had suffered at the hands of the unknown. As the snowfall subsided, a new chapter began for this troubled town. Its residents, though forever changed by the events that had unfolded, found solace in one another and the lessons learned from their collective pain. The memories of Lily and her life continued to echo through the frost-covered streets, serving as a reminder that even in the face of adversity and heartache, there is always a chance to make things right, and sometimes that is all it takes to find redemption. For Detective Jack Morrison, the case was not just about justice, but about finding redemption for his own failures. He carried with him the lessons learned from Lily's death, vowing to continue his pursuit of truth and justice, not just for this town, but for countless others plagued by the merciless hands of the unknown. As he stepped into the cold winter air, his footsteps echoing through the empty streets, a glimmer of hope burned within him. The darkness had been vanquished, if only for a moment, and in that brief respite, he found the strength to press